Made with love by Clover.
If you haven't smelled it already, the neighbor should be waking you up with a smell, because today is World Baking Day, everybody. And we are going to be making a Clover hot milk orange loaf cake. Yes, all the old school feels is coming through, and this old school recipe will never go out of style. Jenny Morris is here to show us exactly how to make it. And it smells like a oma's kombuis right now. It just hits the feels.
It hits and it touches all the spots. I promise you, this is, as you said, to Omar Bake, this is a Granny Rosalind Bernardi Bake.
Is that your grandmother's name?
No,
Oh.
It's my adopted granny.
Oh.
I've just adopted this beautiful, wonderful granny. And you know what? When I think back to Granny's kitchen, there was, and you do adopt grannies. There was a Mrs. Niemand when I was growing up who taught me to love bread baking. And her kitchen smelled like ripe bananas and hot milk sponge.
Yummy.
Because people used to have
like
afternoon
every single
tea.
day.
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of say, why do we have to wait till there's an International Baking Day? Really should be baking every single day. So what I have here, Jamie, is I'm going to get you to sift the flour into this for me just now. But what I have here is just 3 eggs and some sugar, and we beat it up till it's nice and light and fluffy. Get all these beautiful colors together, and some oil. I'm going to let you pop the oil in there and mix that, and I'm going to join you and do some lovely orange zest. Use fresh oranges, and the fresh juice is wonderful to go into that. So we're going to just zest this beautifully.
And that's, again, that smell is hitting my nose.
Just smell that.
So
Isn't that gorgeous? And it's all that beautiful, all the oils sort of go into this and really flavor this cake. So use fresh instead of an essence. And especially it's winter now, you know, oranges are abundant, they're at their peak, you know.
Popping that in there.
There we go, look at that. Oh, that's smelling. I'm keeping an eye on the...
I was hyping you up this morning. They asked, like, what is your favorite thing to bake? And I said, I'm not a baker.
Yes.
I'm the person that tastes... I was actually at a 30th over the weekend, and one of the ladies made this beautiful cake for my cousin, and she said, oh, I woke up so early to bake a cake. And I was thinking, girl, I'm not going to wake up early to bake a cake. And she said, but if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a job.
Exactly.
There needs to be a balance. So I'm going to be the taster, and you're going to be the baker.
Darling, you're going to taste indeed. Now, can you imagine the wonderful flavors of orange and vanilla that goes into this?
In the milk?
Yes, and the milk, and it's all nice and buttery. And now we're going to put the orange juice in, and then we're going to alternate. Can you take this is the reamer, just get it in there and hurt that orange, girl.
Ooh.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze
That's my girl, yes.
Oh,
Butter's almost done. Yes, come on, hurt it, hurt it, hurt it. Yes.
Look at all that juice coming out of this orange right now.
I'm loving you. Here's another one.
I'm doing all the work today.
Of course you're doing all the work today, because you told me you prefer to have your nails done than to bake, so I'm teaching you the joy.
So now, I'm never going to tell you anything off camera anymore, because you're just throwing me under the bus. Now I'm working, and now I have to say that this is my favorite thing to bake, everybody.
Isn't that beautiful?
It looks simple.
It's gorgeous.
Definitely.
And we want to, we're going to just do like a little bit of alternation here. We're going to sift the flour, because you don't want any lumps in it. Okay. That's gorgeous,
is that good?
darling.
Are you happy
yes,
with that?
That's good, that's good, that's good. Right.
Just wipe it off there.
Yeah.
So
let's put the baking powder into the flour.
Just like that?
Yeah, into the flour, and then let's go. So, and I just want you to do that. Let's go with half. And
Mrs. Niemann taught you well, because now you're teaching myself and the
well.
rest.
Oh, yes, now let's mix.
Of Mzansi.
Okay, that's it. And just go mixy, mixy, mix. The thing is, you don't want to overmix, but you also don't want little dry spots, okay?
So I was going to ask you now, what is the benefits of doing it this way?
Well, the thing is now, it makes it easier, because if you don't sift it, you're going to end up with lumps, and then you're going to like overwork the flour, and you're going to try and get rid of those lumps. And that's why they say alternate and don't fling it all in. Now, this is just like, just fold it over itself. You want to try that?
Yep.
Okay, bring me that sieve. I'll do that while you fold it over itself.
We're talking about multifunctional today, but this is a multitasking, because you're having to sieve it.
Exactly.
You're having to
exactly.
whip it all in.
Yes, look at that, darling. Smell that milk. Oh, Clover! Isn't it gorgeous?
And I can smell that everything's obviously absorbed into that. So you have all the sugars of the milk going in there, so it will just fold beautifully into our mixture already. Am I talking nonsense?
No, you're talking right. And I'm going to cut you a delicious piece of orange cake while you're busy with that. I'm watching you. I've got one eye on you. Yes, there's still more flour to go into that.
it's
Oh my
actually-
goodness, just look at the lightness of this. It is absolute. Oh my goodness, Jamie, you're going to love me.
I'm working hard for that slice, so I
are
am going to be
gonna
doing my
love me.
best to make sure that I earn every part of that.
Oh yes. No one gets away in my kitchen without earning their supper. I'll take over from here. You pop that deliciousness into your mouth, and I'll finish this off.
Of course, I know you're all wondering where you get your hands on the recipe, and a full breakdown of this, expressoshow.com is where it's at, and I'm going to get it. It's still nice and warm. Let's see if you could see.
Beautiful. And look how light that sponge is. You know what, everybody out there, you've got to make this cake today. Promise me that today, if you bake anything, it's going to be this beautiful cake. And as long as you've got some clover milk in your refrigerator.
And while the clover
can't
milk
go
is so
wrong.
hot as well, you can make yourself a beautiful cup of tea, because that's the only thing missing. Go ahead
yes.
and put the kettle on right now, because it is tea time. But first, try this bake. And to get your hands again on this delicious recipe, head on over to our website, which is expressoshow.com. If you missed out on any of the steps, I hope you didn't, but here is a quick reminder.
Made with love by Clover.